talked over when you're taking abuse. When you go to a quote unquote friend or family member for help, right? And all they do is talk over you. They want to ask 10 million questions. They won't let you tell them what happened. They say, well, why don't you go here? Why don't you go there? Why don't you go to this place? Why don't you go to that place? Hey, how about you listen? How many times do I have to say that calling somebody mentally ill makes it so they literally have one option to stop abuse? That's to get you, the person pretending to be their friend or family, and that's what it's got to be called at this point, pretending. It's to get you to stop pretending. Take a look. Shut your mouth and listen. Shut your mouth and listen. I don't know how many, and especially with women, have told me when they say they will listen, literally interrupt me immediately, and I say, hey, you're not listening. You listen with your ears, not with your mouth. Oh no, this is how a conversation is. It's not a conversation. Let me explain it like this. If somebody rapes your fucking daughter, maybe you should listen to your daughter instead of grilling her. If you got questions afterwards, that's fine, but she's probably having problems telling you what's going on. And the more you interrupt her, the less she's going to trust that you're going to fucking listen. And then, of course, she's going to start hyperventilating and having issues like that. And then you're going to tell her to calm down, and that does not help. Shut the fuck up. You have no idea how many of your friends committed suicide because you and everybody else in their life would not shut the fuck up. We got a lot of people out here on the streets with good intentions, right? Each one of them's got a story. Now they could work together. But of course, what happens when one person starts telling another traumatized person about their trauma? Then you got two people having to relive a screwed up situation. No, people aren't able to function in this environment. And yeah, we got a lot of people out here on the streets who are on drugs. We got a lot of people in houses who are on drugs too. And who's bringing these drugs out here? It's not people on the streets making these drugs. The other thing is, when you go around treating every single person who's homeless like they're a druggie out to rape your dog, you know, that's pretty screwed up. You don't want to be judged that way, do you? What, you want to be judged for being brown-skinned? You want to be judged for being white? You want to be judged for being a man or a woman? No. You don't want to be horribly victimized just for existing as you are. You were born the way you were born. I stick up for black people. I also stick up for white people. I see racism from everybody. And that's the problem. Americans are divided, which is why they're already conquered. The government should fear us, not the other way around. The police should fear us, not the other way around. Of course, many of y'all got kids. That's how they got you by the balls. How many people have said to me, recorded on my channel, that they'd love to help, but they got kids. They got kids, so they have to be afraid. Now, I've said from the very beginning, since well before I ever started a YouTube channel, I can do things that a parent cannot. If a parent did any of the cockamamie crazy bullshit that I have had to do to try to get heard, they wouldn't have their kids. They'd be locked up. The kids would be raised in the system by the state. Holly typed, hey there. Hey there, Holly. The problem with Americans is laziness and complacency. Laziness and complacency. When you're being harmed, you want something done right away, don't you? When somebody else is being harmed, you say, oh man, sorry dude, I'm too busy this weekend, maybe next weekend, maybe the weekend after that, shut the fuck up, never. You're never going to keep your word. And then there are factors that dehumanize a person to the American people. Because we have to listen to women. All men have to listen to women. We have to. We're trained from birth that we're supposed to protect women and children. And if we don't fulfill that social contract, no matter how fucked up the woman or child are, then we're the ones who are to blame. We're the ones ostracized, criticized. We're the ones who take the ass whoopings. I've had a lot of women tell me about their abusers, only to have to hold back a laugh. Like, seriously, that's what you consider a stalker? A man who tells you no is not a stalker. You do realize that, don't you? You get all drunk and horny and a man turns you down. That doesn't make it okay for you to destroy his life. Let me tell you about a guy that I know named Rick Marvin, aka Creeper, from Pearl Street, Boulder, Colorado. There was a young woman named Elizabeth. She was about 16. She went to a party. And of course, Rick Marvin had almost a wife. Her name was Kim, and he had a baby on the way. Liz could not accept no for an answer when Creeper wouldn't have sex with her. And you'd think with a name like Creeper, he'd tap just about anything, right? No, people still got standards. Goddamn, drive a man to drinking. Alright, so let's talk about friendship. What does a friend do when you're abused? They listen and they help turn it in right away. They're not out to harm you. And they're not going to grill you and make you feel like you're less of a human being for needing help. But all women are taught how to manipulate the situation and how to make you feel bad just because they don't want to. Because they're going to lie to you instead of telling you that they don't want to. How many women will lead you on and say, I'm going to help, 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 I'm going to listen. And then they just talk over you if they make the time. Women are taught to leave things open-ended, just as men are, but women are more likely to utilize this tactic. How does it work? You say you'll help, but you don't say when. You say soon. Well, soon, for people like Candy, means never. Means she's not going to come through. Now, she has come through for so many things, you have no idea. But as far as listening to understand, she's never been able to. She gets all ADOS on me, attention deficit shiny. She wants to go off on a tangent about basically it's fantasy, all right? When you have an assumption, that's fantasy. When you're making decisions based on assumptions or a line of questioning based on assumptions, you're not clearing up your assumptions. You just, basically, there's the story that happened, and then there's your assumptions. You're not hearing the story that happened as it happened. You're interrupting over and over and over again with, well, basically your opinions over knowing jack shit. Which means that your suggestions are going to be based on knowing jack shit. And while my story is easy enough to understand one-on-one in person, where I can actually say a lot of the things I need to say, I can't do that in real life. I don't get the opportunity. So I gotta come to YouTube and be as vague as possible. What would I do if somebody was harassing Miranda? on a bike. What would I do if I saw Miranda in a vehicle like mine? She was in a situation like mine, outside of the First Christian Church. And as I'm walking by, I see Andrew Wolnez ride by on a bike, and then turn around and harass her and throw ice cream on her and try to destroy her phone. I would ask her if she wanted help turning it in immediately. I'm an acquaintance. Miranda was gonna... Well, when that first happened, she told me that Safeway came and talked to her about one of my videos, and she asked me to take it down. Well, I don't know which one it is, and she said it's fine. Thank goodness, because there's no way I'm going to be able to figure out which one they're complaining about unless they let me know. So, as she was walking past, and Andrew Wolnez pulled all that bullshit, and I asked her about it, she said that she couldn't do anything because of the Safeway thing. Well, later on, she told me that she would write it down. See, the witnesses are more important than my evidence because they're not going to look at it. That's what sucks. At the end of the day, they're going to make it my predator's words versus mine. Holly typed, let them know about the bad guys. They know, they've seen the fucking evidence. But they're not doing anything to make the fucking cops look. Nobody does. There is a safe way to turn in abuse. When you say you're not going to make the victim go in alone, and then you tell them to do this and do that, and then, of course, they still have to do those things alone, which you said you wouldn't make them do, and then you get bitchy at them later when either A, it doesn't work, or B, they didn't go because you didn't go with them. You know, when you say that you will, keep your word. When somebody's being victimized, especially a male, like, let me explain it to you like this. I got a bunch of sick, disgusting fucks like Andrew Wolnez who think that it's okay to harm me and try to justify it by calling me all sorts of horrible names, and he don't want to be called those names back. Now, Maddie Boa, is she ever going to admit to the fucked up shit that she did? No, she's not. My one chance at stopping this bullshit was getting Natalie and Alicia Bollinger into fucking court. Every single one of my friends in the state of Colorado did every goddamn thing they could to keep their involvement out of court. Playing let's make a deal. Oh yeah, Sean, I'll come forward as long as you don't say my name publicly. Well, fuck you. Help me turn it in right away. Stop telling me you're fucking sick. If you've had cancer for the last 7 fucking years, you've had leukemia for the last 7 years, you're full of shit. And, of course, there's the hiding behind your children thing. I can't keep my word because I have kids. I have kids. Well, if that shit's legit happening with your kids, you should have no problems admitting to it. Holly typed, you asked how friends treat one another. And who is Andrew whoever? Andrew Wolnez is a guy who's been assaulting me for about 5 months. The first assault from him was September 21st. 2 assaults, matter of fact. September 21st of last year. Now, of course, there's a lot of people who claim to be my friend. There's a lot of folks at the Starbucks who claim to be my friend. Like Krista. She even said, hey, when those people are doing that stuff, come in here, let one of us know. And I do. But those people have to come forward about it. They have to admit to the extremes that I have to go to in order to protect myself from predators that the police pretend don't exist and will literally make any excuse for. This is not fucking okay. Candy had good intentions. There's a lot of stuff that she did, all right? A whole bunch of stuff that she did. Same thing with Miranda. All of the people in the deli have bought me meals. All of them. Yes, that's kindness. Absolutely. And I am absolutely grateful for it. But it doesn't stop abuse. And that's what I need. My predators get away with this by calling me mentally ill. They harm me over and over, cutting me off from resources and making me mentally incapable of protecting myself or defending myself. All I can do is talk. Until I'm blue in the face, I can talk. Scott Shaw type's been gone for a while, so I'm a bit late on what happened with Candy. Bunch of bullshit. I had to deal with Nathan and Candy. Candy made some decisions for me. She often does. And then she pressures me to go along with it by saying it over and over and over and over and over and over as if I didn't hear it the first time. Between hearing the victim's story and saying the same thing over and over and over again, which one do you think is more useful? Anyway, I use that notorious C word that I am notorious for using. You know the one. Scott Shaw typed, I'll go back to watch the recent to see what's happened. Holly typed, has that guy assaulted you again? Let me show you my phone. 3% battery. He's assaulted me. He's threatened me. Oh, yeah, and then there's the... This is from last night and this morning. These are all restricted calls. Here you can see there's a few days worth. Blocked calls. Restricted numbers. Oh yeah, but I'm not allowed to say that. Am I? I'm not allowed to bring up any of the abuse from any of these jurisdictions. I'm not allowed to bring up Natalie Bollinger. I am literally talked over by everyone as far as the courts go when it comes to the abuse. I'm sent around in circles that don't help. The police had a job to do and they fucked it up. Nobody's fault but their own. But as far as friends go, how many people said they were friends? How many people called me friend? And how many actually took the time to listen and help turn it in right away? Everyone is too busy. And then, of course, when I tell them, hey, I'm being harmed. Oh, well, it's not my fault this happened. It's not my fault that happened. Hey, instead of throwing that in my face, because it's not my fucking fault either, how about we get back to fucking business as soon as possible? And that includes recognizing the harm done. I know you didn't do it on fucking purpose. When you fuck up, take responsibility. Part of adulting is that when someone is, what are you supposed to do when you go to your friends, right? Shouldn't you be able and allowed as a friend to say your emotions, to tell them that something that they're doing is harmful to you without getting talked over and dismissed? Disrespected? And that's what it is when you're a male who's being abused, especially if you're homeless. And the term mentally ill, you don't stop to recognize what that actually does. Now, a lot of people tell me, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Just shut the fuck up. That's first of all. You gotta shut the fuck up so you know what's going on. You have to actually listen to the victim. Actually listen. Doesn't mean talking over them and asking 400 questions. The first time through, you need to do one thing and one thing only. Listen to understand, not to respond. If you're opening your mouth, you're responding. When somebody's in a complex situation, it's important to recognize how complex it is, and you may not be able to understand it. But once you get to the point where you understand it's too complex for you to handle, that's fucking important. When you, with resource after resource after resource, a roof over your head, family, the ability to work, able-bodied, when you're not able to do it, what the hell makes you think I'll be able to? Then, of course, like one of the situations with Candy and with Nathan, I explained to him, hey, this stuff that I need to do to turn it in, I don't have the ability to do. I need help with it. So they say that they'll help me with it. And then they never do. It's a bunch of other stuff they decided is going to fix the situation. They decided. Not based on listening to the situation, but based on assumptions. Now, do I hate these people? Not even fucking close. If people fuck with them, no, I'm not just going to look the other fucking way. Even after all the shit that Natalie Bollinger put me through, I didn't look the other way when she was abused. When she disappeared, I still didn't look the other way. Even after all the fucked up shit that Alicia Bollinger did, all 3 times that she disappeared, did I look the other way? Hell no. I did my best to get the word out and help find her, despite the fact that every time she disappeared, people got a hold of me to threaten to kill me and my friends and family, to harass me over and over again, something that I have to deal with not just out of those people, but out of police officers, out of the general public, out of people like Andrew Wolnez and Molly and Farnsworth. Now, thank goodness, Molly is gone. Thank goodness, Farnsworth knocked his shit off. Molly typed, how do you know that's him? I saw an old video of yours from 3 years ago where you were getting those. Yeah, that's the thing, is that I know it's him because he fucking called me, and I answered, and I heard his fucking voice. The ones from 3 years ago, I didn't even have this goddamn phone 3 years ago. I didn't even have that phone 3 years ago. I had a different phone. It doesn't matter what phone I get. Let's see. Holly typed, is Candy still helping you? No, she's not. She doesn't like being called a cunt. And I don't like being talked over and disrespected and blown off. There's a lot of shit that she did, but the one important thing to do is fucking listen. And nobody's capable of that. It's all 400 questions, like with you, Holly. No, she's not still helping me. And neither is Nathan. See, they want to blow off all of this shit, having zero recognition for what it's like. The other night I typed kill me over and over and over and over again. I'm tired of being blown off. You're always fucking sick, huh? Well, fucking let the cops know that. Let the cops know that the reason that you didn't help is because you were sick repeatedly. The reason that you didn't keep your word is because the stuff with your family took a lot more time than you thought it would. Do you have to tell them that? No, you can say, family stuff came up. But the thing is, when people dozens and dozens and dozens of times don't do that, they're always telling me at the last minute they can't do this, they can't do that. They can never listen. It's always fucking rushing me to do what they want, with no recognition for what that does to me, to my finances, to my physical abilities, or to my mental abilities. Let alone the fucking evidence that needs to be acquired still. Basic fucking resources that I don't have, and people want to tell me 4,000 workarounds. Don't you think I fucking tried? The first thing I need to do is to be able to plant myself somewhere. And I can't do that when I am victimized everywhere I go, to the point that I can't function and have no goddamn resources. And your pretty goddamn words don't do shit. Holly typed, did anyone ever hurt your family or friends? Yes, they did. There's recording after recording after recording on my channel of conversations with those exact people stating those exact things. The problem is they didn't help to turn it in. They wanted to tell me and nobody else. It was a goddamn manipulation tactic. If people are legit threatening to kill you and your fucking family, you fucking turn it in. Who the fuck is just gonna let it happen? And somehow magically this stuff always happens when somebody promises to help turn it in. Like, really? It's bullshit. Holly typed, okay, sorry, I was just saying that maybe it isn't that person. Jesus fucking Christ! Your fucking retarded speculation! Yours! It is that person and a lot of other fucking persons, you fucking retard! Like, literally, the only thing that I can do is verbally fucking harass you. That's what it is! See, here's the thing, Holly. Are we listening to my story, or are we answering your goddamn question? I already fucking answered it, you stupid cunt! Do you like that? Do you? Because I don't fucking like it. You're doing exactly what the problem is. You're making it about you and your questions. You don't give a fuck about me. You're not trying to listen. You're busy typing and asking questions. Let me tell the fucking story, for Christ's sake, you fucking moron. This isn't goddamn rocket science. And when you want to get pissed off because I am verbally accosting you, ask yourself why. I am literally telling you why while you're doing the exact thing that is harmful. Shut up and fucking listen! So what are we gonna have to do with Holly? We're gonna have to block her. Not because she's an evil person, but because she wants attention, and that's what she's getting right now. A lot of people, if they don't get that attention, then I'm some horrible person, right? And they're gonna type at me that I'm a horrible person. Sean, answer my questions, answer my questions. No, go fuck yourself. Stick your head in the fucking toilet and fucking flush. I'm already answering these fucking questions. And I am having a rough goddamn time doing it. And I am fucking overwhelmed. And you can fucking visibly see that you're overwhelming me. That you're changing the subject. That you are demanding attention. But you are not the fucking victim here, Holly. How much time in this video? And how much of this very difficult to get power, to actually power my goddamn phone, are you eating up right now by needing attention? Right now, just like every goddamn video, I'm trying to get help. I'm trying to get help getting my fucking story heard. But nobody is going to listen to that, are they? If it's not you demanding attention to your questions, then it's restricted call after restricted call, or another Fred Burner account, or Ted Turner, or how many other ones does he have? Or that Sweet Life of Ativan feller, or Ativan 666. You don't understand? I understand that. It's difficult for you to understand when you're not listening to understand. If you're confused, good. It's a fucking mess. I'd be alarmed if you weren't confused. Anyway, here's how girls control us. Oh, poor her, I made her cry. No, I fucking didn't. I didn't make you fucking cry. You are having an emotional response, and so am I. When I tell people I can't go to the cops by myself, and they say, okay, next time I'll go with you. And the next time I call them up and they say, did you call the cops? No, I called you because you said next time you'd go with me. Oh, well, I don't know why you're calling me if you didn't call the cops. Well, I'm calling you so you can call the cops with me so I don't get talked over. Now here, Holly is hurt because I'm really mean. I'm really mean. I'm not assaulting you. I'm not threatening to kill you or your friends or family. I'm not talking over your abuse that you're trying to get help turning in. I'm not asking you 4,000 questions that you're already trying to answer. You're not the fucking victim here, Holly. Maybe it's not him. Shut the fuck up. I'm supposed to feel bad because I made you cry? That's like saying I made Andrew Wolnez hit me. That's like saying you made your ex-boyfriend beat the fuck out of you. It's like saying your sister made that kid at the party fucking rape her. What the fuck is wrong with you? Nobody made you fucking cry. You fucking cry on your own. Now you're getting all sorts of fucking attention. Do you like the attention? Do you like negative fucking attention? Do you? Does it feel good? No, it fucking doesn't. It doesn't fucking feel good. I'm afraid to go to the cops by myself. Not a goddamn one of you is helping me with that. Not a goddamn one of you is hearing my story. I'm trying to tell you the experience and how these pieces of shit are able to keep me from telling the truth. They talk over me. There are a lot of things you can do to help stop it, but not if you're going to make it about you. You're a goddamn distraction and an interruption. Do you give a fuck how many nights I cry myself to sleep while those racist shits drive by my fucking car and throw shit at it and fucking stream racist bullshit and call me from restricted number after restricted number? Don't tell me maybe it's not him because of bullshit that happened 3 years ago. The fact is, it's not just him. It's not just fucking Juanez. What, you think people watch this shit with Natalie Bollinger and they want to come be my fucking friend? No, I have to deal with assholes like Andrew Juanez everywhere I go. And Andy Juanez, with all the years that he's lived here, has a shitty fucking reputation. Nobody made you fucking cry. You're crying because it fucking hurts, don't it? It doesn't fucking feel good. We might as well spend the rest of the video making it about Holly. Oh, there we go. Sweet Life of Haldol. God, we gotta love these guys, don't we? These troll accounts. Meanwhile, Holly doesn't give a shit about these people. Sweet Life of Haldol. He's also had some, like, Sweet Life of Ativan, literally going all the way back to the beginning of my fucking channel. And I have to deal with this abuse in person from assholes like Juanez. But even worse than that, I got to deal with people like Candy. She'll volunteer a lot of things. The one thing she won't do is listen. See, she made a lot of plans based on opinions and assumptions instead of listening. And when I tried to talk to her like a human being, she just wanted to push it like a fucking crackhead. Good intentions, but in reality it's bullying. Now, she's being nice, she has good intentions, and I'm hoping I can get her to listen and look. But if you haven't listened after 5 months, you're not gonna. She said when Juanez is doing this stuff to come let her know. To come let somebody know. And I do. Am I on drugs? Nicotine? Caffeine. Probably not a good fucking combo, right? Now what do we do with all these trolls? We know exactly what to do. And why aren't we doing that to Holly? Let's see. Hide user on this channel. Hide user on this channel. God damn, that's easy. But I can't do that to Wolnez in real life, and you can't block a restricted number. Meanwhile, police call from restricted numbers. So, how can I tell the difference between hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of restricted calls? How can I tell which one's Andrew Wolnez, which one's Sweet Life of, which one's a Fred Burner account, which one's Ted Bollinger, or any other number of fucking creepers? It's fucking sick. See, here's the thing, Holly. On my YouTube channel, I get to be the autocratic dictator. I could decide just to block it and make it so that nobody gets to type on my channel, which is what I would do. But then I have people who harass me. Oh, I'll help you, but you need to make your comments on your videos live again. No. Is that person going to help? No. All they want to do is interrupt something that is very fucking delicate. The truth. From somebody who is fucking overwhelmed. And I have to go off on every one of your goddamn OCD fucking tangents. You won't fucking come off it. Are you actually going to help Holly? No. Is Scott Shaw actually going to help? No. Is he actually going to call and find out what's going on? No. Is he going to help turn in this abuse with me? No. Is he going to follow simple and fucking instructions, or is he going to interrupt repeatedly to say that he doesn't understand, he doesn't know how? What makes it complicated is answering questions for your fucking anxieties. Holy shit. There's a house not far from my vehicle, and last night with all the extra traffic, I had to go apologize to the lady. Chris Stafford drove around the block last night. Right around 10 o'clock, he drove around the block twice. He went past me, realized where I was, and probably within a minute or less, he'd already made a full round and was driving past my vehicle, slowly, staring at me, talking to somebody on the phone. And then, of course, all night long, I got assholes fucking with me. Now, of course, this is a slightly residential area. It's just the other side of the Safeway. And I was fucking beat last night. I fucking passed out. And I stayed passed out. And then I wake up this morning and my phone tells me that I had 55 restricted calls. You're shitty fucking people. You make it about you. Oh, poor you. Oh, poor you. You just came here to my YouTube channel for entertainment. YouTube suggested this channel for you. I don't fucking know why. I don't know why YouTube suggests that you come to my channel for your entertainment. That's not what this channel is about. It's about showing the truth. It's about getting the victims' voices heard. And I am one of those victims. I'm also the least likely to be heard. Because while a lot of people promise to help me and then they want help, Brandon Ratner, for example, when his brother disappeared, how long did it take for me to help him find his brother? Less than 10 minutes. When Shannon Alvarado's friend Marnie disappeared, every time she got a hold of me, I posted up within 10 minutes. When did Shannon Alvarado or Brandon Ratner ever help to turn in the abuse? When did they ever make any attempt whatsoever? Neither ever did. My phone's almost dead, so adios.